We had it down as 50 plus against you guys at half-time. What did you say to them at half-time?
First of all, I think 50 plus is like we're a good side. Quins are a good side, and I think we'd have found a way to stem the tide. At half-time, it was not a case of stem the tide. It was find a way to get back in the game and win it. A few home truths. We were quite honest because ultimately for 35 minutes we played off the park. So we corrected some of our attitude, some of our work rate and intent, focused on a bit more execution, and we got back into the game. But I said that 5 minutes just before half-time was key, you know, getting the score and then stopping them, getting an additional score just allowed us to have a foothold in the game. And then, as I said, the group are wonderful to work with. They are, when they're tested, they'll find a way, they'll keep fighting for you, and we saw that in the second half. Their work rate, their application, their desire, their hunger to get back into the game then fed the performance in the second half, yeah.
It wasn't just that Harlequins looked more tired and were more predictable in the second half. Saracens were a different side.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to give credit to Quins. In the first half, they stopped us playing, forced us to make mistakes, and were ruthless themselves. We found a foothold in the game, started winning more collisions, and that's when we were at our best, when we started to move the point of contact, you know, penetrate the defence, and we started to get that, and that energised us, and then that spread into our defensive work, and it gave us the ability again, you know, to get within 2 scores. And then there was a penalty, but that fed it, and it was almost, you know, a chain reaction. If we got a bit of energy, that gave us more energy, and it kept flowing. And then, yeah, ultimately we got the momentum. But that said, the last minute 2 on our own line, we had to find a way to stop them, and we did. So, yeah, I think credit goes to Harlequins in the first half, and credit goes to our guys in the second half, finding a way to get in the game and then ultimately put themselves ahead.
You referred to your score with 3 minutes to go in the first half. You think that was very significant for the 10 minutes at half-time where you could sit with the girls and say, look, you know, you can kick on.
Yeah, I mean, prior to the score, we just defended our line and we found a way out. If that was another score, then it becomes a very, very difficult game to get back into. Gave us a little bit of a bounce. The score gave us something, and it showed how we could play. You know, it was that winning the game line, linking in and getting behind them, and that gave us something to build on. In all honesty, we didn't need to sit and talk a great deal at half-time. It was pretty blunt. We knew what we needed to do, and that was kind of the blueprint for doing it. And then thankfully we managed to execute against it a few more times in the second half.
We've been covering a few Tyrrell's games this season, Rugby Uncovered, but a lot of neutrals have said they have rarely seen a better game, men's or women's, in the last 10 seasons. It's astonishing quality.
Indeed, like you've got internationals all over the pitch today, and even the ones that are not international, those players are the ones are forcing people to be better as well. So you've just got quality rugby players from the first 15s onto the benches, and it's a spectacle. You've got 2 of the best teams in the country together, and it's celebrating what is a real quality brand of rugby. We play differently to Quins play differently to us, but the quality is growing and growing, and hopefully we can keep driving that and driving the crowds to get to games so that they can understand and see that this is a game worth watching, and it's played by people who are as committed. It might look a bit different, but it's certainly exciting, and you're going to get full-blooded performances from everyone.
Congratulations, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
All the best.